because I love you with all my heart. Everybody do say I look like my daddy. So I'm gonna bid you this honor today.
All right, man.
But only for the day.
Be obedient. Stop, Jalen.
Before I get up to sing, I would like my mama. Before I get up to preach, my bad. I would like my mama to sing something for me.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. All right.
not to be here really take a toll on me.
Yes, Lord. Yes,
God
Lord.
is able. God is able.
Preach it like he was here.
Help somebody.
Good job, please stand for the reading of the word.
Amen.
Let the Lord use you.
Would you turn to 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17.
Talk to me.
And it say, therefore,
Yeah.
I'll wait on y'all.
Come on.
And the scripture says, therefore, if any man,
If any man.
he is a new creature.
Yeah.
All things have passed away.
Yeah.
Behold, all things have become new.
Yeah.
My topic for today is, your past won't stop God's plan.
Go ahead. Go ahead. All right there.
Your faith.
See, when I was going through and I was studying this, I remember when I first confessed my calling, I was trying to read everything in the Bible. But Reverend Hurt told me that you get one scripture and read it all the time. And it's like when I was reading the scripture, it's like it spoke to me. And I was going through my stuff and I was trying to read everything. I was asking everybody for advice and stuff. But this was my scripture. Reverend Hurt told me that, but me being hard-headed, I want to push it on into. But it talks about the story of Paul. And see, we all can really relate to Paul because you see, Paul was a man that really, really failed when it came to God. But when God took Paul in and turned the situation around, Paul became one of the greatest men in the Bible.
Amen.
Right.
Talk
We all
to me.
can relate to Paul because, see, we all go through daily sins every day and fall short to the glory of God. But see, God is a forgiving God,
Yes, he is.
and He still blesses us daily.
Yes.
Right there.
You see, when I was reading this, it reminded me of, new clothes. See, when you wear your old clothes, and for boys, I know you have a growth spurt, you grow about 5 inches in one time. And so you have to get new clothes because, see, the old clothes don't fit anymore. You look silly when you wear them.
Come
All
on.
right, all
So you
right.
have to get these new clothes because they fit better. That's the same thing that God tries to do with us. See, sometimes we in our old situations, God trying to put us in new, but we just won't hold
Come
on.
on now.
Yeah.
Amen.
Come
That
on.
gets me to my first point. My first point is we all have a past.
That's right.
If you return your Bibles to Acts, chapter 9, verses 1 through 2, and it says, and Saul yet breathing out threats, and slaughtering against the disciples of the Lord, went unto the high priest, and desired of him letters to Damascus, to the synagogues, that he found any on the way, whether they were men or women, he might bring them bound to Jerusalem. You see, this man, Saul, was a killer of Christians, and he put Christians in jail.
Yeah.
So the fact that God still had a plan for Saul means that he's really a forgiving God.
All right.
Because
All
if you
right.
kill, I know about myself, you kill my family, I'm going to hold a grudge for the rest of my life. Amen? I'm going to forgive you, but I ain't going to never forget it.
All right.
But for God to take Paul and to turn his situation around and to use him, that's really a mighty God. Amen?
Amen.
And
Say it.
when I was reading about Paul was really relatable to me because, see, Paul was one of the first people to teach the first century about God.
All right.
See, and I walk around school all the time and stuff. Really, my generation is a lost generation, and I have fallen short to the glory
That's
of God.
right.
So I believe that God called me because it is my duty to go out and help the young folks and tell them what God has really done for me.
Amen.
Right there.
I know a lot of y'all might think, what did this young man have done in his past? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm
Come on.
Say it.
When I walk around school and I see certain people and stuff, you got certain kids that's in the classroom and they just cuss out the teacher and tell her whatever when she tell them the rules of the school, but the Bible says you have to obey the laws of the land.
Come on,
So
now.
they're not wrong for telling you what to do, but for you to talk back to them in a certain manner, that is sin and it's wrong.
That's
towards
right.
God. But see, Paul persecuted people. And And a lot of us might look funny at Paul, but see, you have to realize that a lot of us still persecute people inside the church.
Amen. Hello, somebody.
See, the young woman that's wearing a small dress, that might be all she has, so I'm talking about it.
Yeah.
The young man that's wearing pants down to his ankles, he might not have a belt, so don't talk about him. Just
Come on now.
Amen. Which gets me, and don't ever forget where you come from, because some of y'all have sinned and fall short to the glory of God. I'm going to kill somebody, baby. If you stole 20 cigarettes, that's the same thing. Ain't no such thing as little sin and big sin. Sin is sin at the end of the day. My point, was taken to my second point. It must die that we may live. Acts chapter 9, verses 3 through 6 say, and as he journeyed and came to Damascus, and suddenly there was shine around about him a light from heaven. And he fell to the earth and heard a voice saying unto him, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? And he said, Who art thou, Lord? And the Lord said, I am Jesus, whom thou persecutest. It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. And he, trembling and astonished, said, Lord, what will thou have me to do? The Lord said unto him, Arise, and go into the city, and it shall be told thee what thou must do next. Amen?
Amen.
See, when I was going through and I was researching this, and my brothers told me to really do my research, I looked up the word Damascus, and Damascus in the Bible means a turning point in life.
All right.
So how many of us are ready for God to bless us with our turning point? See, when this happened, Paul was traveling down the road, and God took Paul's sight. God took Saul's sight. I don't want to get confused because they're two totally different. But God took Saul's sight, and sometimes we have to crucify the flesh so we can get closer to God. Galatians 5:24 says, and they that are Christ and have crucified the flesh with affections and lusts. See, sometimes you have to give up something that you really love because you have to get closer to God. But a lot of us don't want to give up those things that are dragging us down to get closer to God because we think we know it all.
Talk to me.
But God can't really bless you until you give up them things. And I see it in school, I'm in high school. See, sometimes the kids, they listen to the coach, and the coach say don't do this and they won't do that because they got to make it to the team. See, it's their meal ticket out for some people. Yeah. And when you work on a job, you do everything your boss tells you to do. But when God tells you to do something, you want to ignore him like you ain't hear anything. But I'm here to tell you that you can always find a new AAU team. You can always play for another school. You can always get a new job. But when God takes his hand off you, you have that grace and mercy. So a lot of us have to be willing to give up certain things. As a young man, I gave up a lot when I confessed my calling. See, I had to give up certain friends because anybody that's trying to drag me down, I can't hang around you because I'm trying to get my phone. If you ain't good for me, I don't want to be around. See, when I first met somebody, they told me I had to keep my circle small. So I had to cut some people off when I knew that God had a plan for me because those same people are the ones that drink, smoke, and go party. And baby, I can't take place in there because God has a higher purpose for me.
Yes,
I can still hang around you and tell you not to do it, but it ain't for me to go out there and do it with you.
Right.
Amen. See, sometimes you really have to give up something. See, you don't want to give up that old house, and God trying to bless you with a new house just because the old house is $50 cheaper on rent. See, sometimes if you really sit down and tell them the money that you paying to fix that house up, you could have been in a new house. You can't find a new relationship because you're so stuck on the old. God got your Boaz out there, but you stuck with who knows his name. So when you really believe in God and you start putting your trust in God, you become more grateful of things, and this is when it all becomes new, which brings me to my third point. It all becomes new.
Work it out.
I know I'm moving kind of fast.
No, you ain't.
But Acts 9, verse 18 says, and immediately there fell from him his eyes, as it had been scales, and he received sight forthwith, and arose and was baptized. See, God took this man Saul, who persecuted and killed Christians.
All right.
Stopped them in his tracks to go do evil. Shined the light on them, made them blind.
All right.
A disciple named Ananias was the one that found Paul. God told Ananias to bring Paul back to the temple.
Right.
Ananias and God had to talk. Now, if that was me in that situation, this man had killed my people, and you want me to talk to him? I wouldn't feel like talking at that point, man. But see, Ananias was a different man. See, God had a plan for Saul. When God has a plan for us, it don't matter what's standing your way, you can always cross over. Amen. And Ananias took Paul to the temple, and it just show you how good God is. Ananias took Paul to the temple, and he went and touched Paul and told him to see. And it's like scales fell from his eyes. How many of us know that God can turn our situations around?
Yes, Lord. Yes, He can.
When we are spiritually changed, we become more grateful. Amen?
Amen.
But it's just like when you get new shoes. See, when you first get new shoes, you think y'all flying, you be jumping off to school, so you gonna fix them up. You know what I'm talking about? And you get the new shoes and you get the new J's and you be jumping off to school so you won't crease them. But just so happen that day it's going to rain. You be mad. You gotta walk out there. Just so happen somebody push you, you just stepped in some mud. See, you have to go home and you gotta take. And you be really mad and whoever did it. But you say, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna clean these shoes because you really care about those shoes.
That's right. That's right. Come on.
And you go home and you get your 3 simple things. You get a little water,
Come
you
on.
get some baking soda,
Uh-huh.
and you get a towel.
All right.
And see, you pour the water, and then you mix the water with the baking soda.
Yeah.
And see, you take a towel and you really scrub the shoes to get the dirt out of there. See, that's what God do with a lot of us. See, He take the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and He scrubs us down again. That Jesus is the one that made it new. You didn't do it by yourself. You got some help along the way. Amen? See,
Talk, son.
See, when God has done you nothing and nobody can ever stand in your way.
Yeah.
So you can talk about me all you want. How you gonna be talking to all these girls now he all of a sudden the preacher? Baby, God has a plan for me. He might got one for you too. Then get your head on straight. See, you gotta be in church. See, let me talk about myself. Nobody's here perfect. Y'all wanna know what I've been through? I done did a lot of stuff. My cousin BJ told me, I said, man, I don't want to say it. But he said, you can't be called unto God and not tell him.
That's right.
So I'm going to tell you. When I was in 9th grade, I tried selling dope. So my mama cut me out because I wasn't acting right at home. Just me and tell you the truth. Went from that, trying to talk to everything that had to tell on it. Premarital stuff, everything that I've done. But see, God took me and He molded me. And He made me into the man I am not today. So if I never went through those things, I couldn't tell you how not to go through it. Amen? See, sometimes we have to go through things so God can take us to the next level. Amen?
Hello, somebody.
See, so with those things, you got to realize that you went through them just to make you a better person. Amen? See, but one thing that I really deal with, at one point in my life, it was really bad. And, you know, I was going through, like, a lot of stuff at one time and losing people and stuff like that. And I had went to the point where I started to have suicidal thoughts. See, the devil was working on me. But I thank God for my brothers. Because if it wouldn't have been for y'all, honestly, y'all wouldn't be here today. Amen. And so many people tell me all the time. They persecute me and say, oh man, you're young. I don't know why you got a girlfriend. You're supposed to hang out. But that girl right there is the reason why I'm still here today.
All right.
I remember one night, I told you I did some bad things. I remember one night, I was going with my friend Eric and I was going to sneak out the house. And I was going to go out and we was calling ourselves going to sell a QP. Anybody know what that is? It's marijuana.
Come on now.
Eric was telling me, oh yeah, bro, we'll make $500 and all this stuff. So money got my attention. Hey man, I'm on 16. I can do a lot with $500. And I was going with him, and I told Reagan, and she said, I don't think you should go. And I said, why not? And I was like, well, I'm going to take the money. We can go shopping. She said, no, I don't want that money. I don't think you should go. And this so happened when my friend Eric and his brother went out there, his brother ended up getting shot. And I'm just thinking today, that could have been me in that situation. So when I stand here and say that I've been through some things, I really have. I've had suicidal thoughts that I can tell people about and stuff like that. But see, then I realized something, light done in my head.
Hey.
I don't have to die because somebody already has died for me.